Triangular Pioneer Square endures as Seattle's historical heart. Upon us is Memorial Day weekend, the unofficial opening of good weather jaunts and an infusion of tourists, a perfect time to highlight and reflect upon what we can see of Seattle's soul. Other more recently developed sites may draw more traffic or attention, but the triangle with the geometrically odd name of Pioneer Square Park, historically Pioneer Place, evokes a turning point in this city's early history. It arose from ashes of the 1889 Great Seattle Fire with enduring masonry buildings and erupted with entrepreneurs to feed the 1897 Alaska-Yukon gold rush. It may seem counterproductive to use a now photo in which a good part of the scene is obscured. The photo was taken in mid-April when the corner was blanketed with newly budded London plane trees, first planted in 1958. But it's a nicely contrasting match for our rather naked then photo, circa 1956, that reveals the square's classic cast-iron 1909 to 1910 pergola in Britain, and the imposing 1897 Mutual Life building to its rear across First Avenue. Discovered years ago in an antique shop by historian Bob Carney, our battered then looking northwest hints at the awkward jog of streets near Yesler Way, lower left, that derived from the conflicting desires of early landowners. Lumberman Henry Yesler planted a south side grid with strict compass points, whereas surveyor Arthur Denny lined up north side roads with the diagonal waterfront. The tricky intersection became and has stayed a busy traffic hub, first for horses, then public transit and other vehicles. Likely our then was taken from the top of the nearby Merchant's Cafe, and we can speculate that the unknown photographer sought to document the potential of a hub long in decay, as later described by promoter and author Bill Spidell. Contributing to the square's revival was Spidell's popular underground tour business, launched in 1964. Preservationists secured the area as an official city and national landmark district in the 1970s, inspired largely by the 1961 demolition of the eye-catching Seattle Hotel nearby and erection of its replacement, the less-than-classic sinking ship parking garage. Still standing sentinel is the 7-floor Mutual Life building, over the years housing retail shops and offices for everything from brokers and dentists to the Seattle Checker Club and the Gemeroy Word Puzzle Company. Present-day passersby readily recognize its nearly half-century-old colorful corner tenant, Magic Mouse Toys. The park's eye-shaped pergola, Latin and Italian for archway, originally was designed to protect a lavish, now closed, below-ground restroom. The pergola took a huge hit on January 15, 2001, when an 18-wheel truck clipped it, reducing it to rubble. A much stronger, identical version was rebuilt there and opened in August 2002. Today, the triangle survives in tree-covered shade, enticing us all to visit or revisit the city's historical heart. In our first then photo, judging from the array of vehicles, this dramatic view of treeless Pioneer Square and its pergola, along with the imposing Mutual Life building, was taken in 1956. The street section at lower right was pedestrianized in the early 1970s. It was paved first with cobblestones, later with bricks. In our second then photo, looking north from Yesler Way in Pioneer Square, then Pioneer Place, thousands line First Avenue for the June 10, 1916 Great War era, later World War I, Defense Preparedness Parade. The clear portion of street in front of the Pioneer Building became part of Pioneer Square Park in the early 1970s. In our third then photo, this view looking southeast with the original Pioneer Square totem pole standing sentinel shows horses pulling wagons that line up to drink from the Chief Seattle Fountain Trough at left on September 16, 1909. Today, budding London plane trees obscure the Pioneer Square Pergola and the Mutual Life building behind it. We could not access the roof of the 3-floor Merchants Cafe to snap the repeat of our then, so this photo, taken in mid-April, approaches that height with the camera affixed to a 20-foot pole. Also today, this ground-level photo, taken in mid-March, before trees had budded, shows Pioneer Square Park with its 1909-1910 pergola, and behind it, the 1897 Mutual Life building. Also today, the 7th floor 1897 Mutual Life building houses 48-year-old Magic Mouse toys. Also today, an intriguing element at the north end of Pioneer Square Park is a Tlingit totem pole installed in 1938 and restored in 1972. It is a replica of a stolen Tlingit pole that had been installed there in 1899 and was damaged by fire. Finally, today, a bust of Chief Seattle, completed by sculptor James Huen in 1909, was installed in Pioneer Square Park at the same time as its pergola, designed by Julian Everett. The bust tops a once functioning circular fountain.